Yes, I'm home in beautiful Maui. Check it out. Didn't want you to think I was joking or anything. This is the view out of my lanai. Big, huge monkey pod trees up there giving me all kinds of shade. Yes, indeedy. And what the heck? 4 months. 4 months I've been gone, and we're going to talk about these bar stools here. These bar stools, I had them reupholster these with Sunbrella material. Now you'll notice this one here, this one right here is darker. That's because I just cleaned it. 4 months and they're already dirty. See the black spots on there? They're not too bad, but the guests have already made themselves at home and made a mess on there. But the good thing about Sunbrella material is that they're washable and clean up pretty easy. And I'm going to take some Simple Green, my favorite cleaner right there, and I'm going to put that on there, not just on the spots. First, I see some spots I'm going to hit. I'm just going to concentrate on the little spots. They haven't been here that long, so it's not going to be too hard to clean it. And that's what I like about this Sunbrella material. It cleans up nice. Okay, now I'm not going to just leave it like that because I could have water stains, watermarks on here when this all dries. Okay, so now I'm going to saturate the whole thing. Make sure I do the whole cushion. Okay, that's what you want to do when you want to get a little spot out of something. You've got to go the rest of the way so that when it dries, it's all going to dry nice and even with no watermarks anywhere. Kaboom. That's all I'm going to do with that chair cover, and I'm going to let it dry just like that. And I've got one more chair here to do. This is very simple to do. Anyone can do this. If an average Joe like me can do it, of course you can. I've got just a little bristle brush here. Nothing fancy, but I like to keep things clean because if you don't, then more people than not are just going to make more of a mess on it thinking, oh, they don't care about their chairs anyways. So I'm not going to be too careful about it, and if I get a mark, there's so many marks on it anyways, I'm not going to do anything about it. That's how people think, believe it or not, if they don't own the chair. Yes. You think I'm joking? Well, that'll be up to you to figure out, but that's what I found as a rule. It doesn't take long to do this. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to leave it just like that, and when it dries, it's going to be all nice and clean as far as I'm thinking. Now, I don't want to try to overdo any one little area. And once these dry, if there is another little spot, then I'll have to do it a little bit more, you know, and then I'll do the same application again. All right? Simple Green. That's the only cleaner you need. And I use this in a concentrate, and I've got a gallon container. I just went to Home Depot. Cracked me up. The first thing I did when I got back to Maui, I had to stop at Home Depot, and I got some Simple Green and Simple Green concentrate. Then I just have a container that happens to say Simple Green on it, because once upon a time they had this connected with that, and that was 10 bucks. Usually this is 10 bucks. So I thought, what the heck, I'll do that, I'll save the container. And then once it's empty, I just put a little bit of concentrate in the bottom, not very much, you know, just a bit, and then I fill it up with water. I don't know how many of these I can get out of one container like that, but way more than if you just buy one container of cleaner at the store. There's a tip for you. You'll save mucho dollars doing it that way, and you can clean your own chairs. And I wasn't even going to show you, but right here on my couch I had some marks, and if you notice, it's only wet in a couple areas. That's because there's so many colorations on here. I thought I would just hit the little spots, and I'm hoping that when this dries, I'm not going to get a little watermark, little watermark, little watermark. I'm hoping that. That's because there's so many different colors in there. But if so, what I'll end up having to do is probably do this whole thing. And you know what? I mean, here's the thing that you might want to realize, and it's probably something that I should go ahead and do right now, is when that dries, if you have a water mark staying there, then if you saturate the whole thing afterwards, that mark might just stay there all the time. So you know what? I think I should go the extra mile. Come on. Sometimes when you can't get something started, just put your hand on there and squeeze it a little bit and then go, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and do this whole arm. I probably should have done that before. It's still wet, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, there. Now I can kind of blend. Knowing that when it dries, I'm not going to get any watermarks on here. And I use Simple Green for all kinds of stuff. I'm not too worried about it when it comes to coloring like this. If you got a perfectly white couch or something, you might want to do it in one little spot first. Okay, so now can you see that when it dries, the whole thing is going to dry all together, and I'm not going to have any possibilities of having any water marks there when I get done. Okay, happy cleaning and welcome Maui. Just a few short hours later, yes, these are the same chair pads. They're all nice and dry now. Sunbrella material, baby. That's the kind you want if you're going to replace them, or if you're looking for new ones. See if they have that. They have all kinds of designs. I just happened to get this. This is what they had, and it goes perfectly in my condo. Okay. Yeah, you probably wanted to see this arm here too. See, this is all dry now. I had some marks in here. They look pretty good. It looks pretty good now. It looks like maybe I need just a hair more scrubbing on that. I'll let that go for now and take a look at it later. But overall, I'd say the Simple Green did its business. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos.